Hi, everybody. I am delighted to answer any questions that we have going on trusting your inner guidance and the conversation about thinking or receiving your thoughts. So I know there's been countless stuff written over this, past 50 years. Think and grow rich. If you can think it, if your mind can conceive it, you can achieve it. And it's been very much about, yeah, we've all gone, yeah, I thought about you, and then you called me, or I thought about having this in my life, and my reticular activator worked on it, and then it showed up. So the question that I would want to raise to you is really, did you think that thought, or did you receive that thought? And the example that I used to use for my kids when they were growing up was that we're in constant alignment with this vibrational source, right? So in those words, I would say there is what's for their highest and best good and what isn't. And it's like they were in a video game, okay? And the video game was created. The video game, someone creates a video game, and there's many different levels, and there's many different experiences to go through, and life is like a video game. So I would say to them, so before you got here, you actually have a blueprint, right? You have an idea of this video game that you have laid out for you in this unified field of experiences, and you can do whatever you want in this experience. You can stay going around on level 1, or you can move to different levels. And if you stay tapped in, tuned in, life becomes easier because you know when the bad guy's coming or how to get around the things. So it was actually my youngest, Faith, that sort of got me on this, receiving this wavelength, because she came to me at 9 and she said, maybe it was 10, she'd drawn a picture. And she'd said, here, Mom, at the bottom of the page, there was like a bunch of black scribbles, sort of looked like that. And she goes, that is the path of, I think she said the time of the evil, the negative, where most people spend the time in the world. And then she had like a green line, and she was drawing the green line, and she drew it sort of half up the page, and then it'd come back down again, and then it'd go up, and it'd come back down. She goes, that's like the spiritual path. She goes, people start to go, oh, I'm a spiritual being. I don't have to be limited by this experience. I can broaden out, but then they get hit by a pattern again and they go back down. And that's the green line. She said, and then she had a blue line that just kind of went straight up there. She goes, that's the divine path. That's when you're just tapped in, tuned in, and you're following what feels true to you. And hey, Diana, how are you? We're gonna have another rah call here. Let me see exactly what you're saying. Another day with Jacqueline. Yes, that's it. Another day with Jacqueline. So this is, we're talking sort of a bit about kids here. So in that concept is, if life is like a video game, then you're not actually thinking the thoughts because the thoughts have already been created. It's just like this technology. I never sat down and said, you know what, I wish there was a technology that I could use so I could connect with Diana down in Georgia and the rest of the world all at the same time. I remember receiving a thought. It was probably over 25 years ago. And I received a thought, and I received an image that I was standing in front of a very big, large screen, like a wall, that was like a TV in that sense, but it was like I was standing there. It was like a sci-fi movie as far as I was concerned, and I was talking to the world. I was having a global conversation with people and connected with, sort of setting the intentions for the day, and then I went off to have a swim. So your inner guidance is programmed for your highest and best good and what you really want to experience in this life. And that's why so many of us know at certain points there's this aha moment, there's a crossroad. You get this, oh no, I'm I'm not supposed to do what I was thinking I was going to do. I met this person, or I've had this offer, and this is what I'm supposed to do. And it feels in your body what you're supposed to do, and you have a big change. This goes on, all through the day. You have the opportunity to experience the different levels, like in the video game. You can do whatever you want. You can make all those choices. But if you can stay tapped in, tuned in to receiving what's in your highest and best good, life is always so much more in the flow. And yes, just like in any experience, you can fall down like you're learning to walk. But it's just, you just fall down and you get back up again. There's no other story to it. We, as a culture, have bought into these stories that we keep carrying around, and they're not our stories unless you choose to make them your stories, unless you choose to receive them and own them and make them and bring them into your vibrational field. So new science will tell you you're just a vibrational being. You're just a vibrational being in that sense of what you are attuned to, you are emitting. So if you're attuned to this love and joy vibration, you're emitting that out. And that's why it's so relevant of what you are feeling today. We've talked so much in the past about thinking, what you're thinking, think good thoughts, think good thoughts. And we've all heard, or maybe not all of us, but there's been lots of people that have heard that positive affirmations didn't work for them. They were thinking it, they were saying, yes, I can, yes, I can, yes, I can, but their body was saying something entirely different. Because just because you have a thought to get something doesn't mean it's for your highest and best good. I could manifest pretty much anything that I could think of. Houses, places to go, was, money. I could think it and it show up. And the key was to learn that it wasn't always in my highest and best good. So to start to ask for what was in my highest and best good brought a whole other experience. And that's where the joy and the love and the health and the wealth just started to just flow. So the question is, do you believe you think thoughts, or do you want to consider that you actually receive thoughts, that you are picking up on a vibration, just like you picked up on a vibration to listen to this, or you picked up on the idea to go and tune into someone else's webpage, or watch a YouTube video, or turn on the news or the radio, or plug in a CD. There was something you received that created you the motion to move forward. So for me, that idea certainly gave me even more power to recognize that my superpower is within. And if it's in within, why would I ever want to spend all my time on the outside? And that's why I'm so passionate about having people have their own personal experiences so they can realize that if they can listen to their own superpower inside, they can realize that this is a God-given connection is inside and always with them and always there. Then why in the world would you go outside of yourself to ask for guidance? Getting support, like I have, I support a lot of people in terms of helping them understand and feel what their inner guidance is saying. But the gift is having them experience their inner guidance. So I always say you don't have to believe a word I say, but you have a duty to convince yourself, because when you're convinced of that truth of your own superpower, of how the divine is working in your life, how God is working in your life, how the unified field is working in your life, then you realize that so much of what you've ever been told of over here is just stuff that you've been told. Doesn't matter how much you know. Doesn't matter how much you've been told. It's in the day-to-day experience that you are exemplifying what is true. So if you really believe that anything is possible, that you can be happy and be loving and be kind and be joyful, it's in being that. It's in allowing your body, your whole body, to experience it. So just as a culture, we keep talking about mindset, mindset, mindset. Well, mindset is just only part of your body. So this is where now, even if I say heart set and say what's coming from your heart and your inner guidance, it's still one part of us. I see this whole great big world and within this great big universe. And so you and I are this tiny, 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 like we're so many, we're not even the tiniest little quark in the whole universal thing. So why would I allow myself to think that I think and I know what's going on? So when I reframed that and allowed what came through me to say, yeah, I really am. I believe what I've heard is that I am a receiver and I'm receiving communications all the time. It's a whole different ballgame. Hey, Nomino, so good to see you. You know, one of the things too I used to say to the kids as they were growing up, I said, consider that you were like an alien, like E.T., you know? I was like, consider like you were E.T. and you got left here, okay? And you got left here and you started to look around and you started to think, wow, this must be my world. And you started to then identify, or Third Rock from the Sun. We would use that one, that we were the family from Third Rock from the Sun, as they're going, wow, people actually think this way here. Isn't that funny? And so as this ET having this experience, I said that your spaceship was constantly communicating with you to say, hey, you know what? You're not one of them. You're not one of them. You don't do things that way. This is how you're supposed to do things. This is how it feels right for you. And then one day the little ET, or they, you know, the creature got strong enough in that sense, not how the ET movie goes, but as I say to my kids, you got strong enough, all of a sudden you heard the communication. And that's why it's so important to stay in joy, because when you're in joy, you're in that vibration of alignment that gets you to receive that highest and best communication for you. When you're like, I'm playing the role of being so depressed and life is tough and oh my gosh, what am I going to do and what do I do? Then you only get that vibration. But when you're like just in awe, complete awe and magic, and you're like amazed at your body, you're amazed that I have this technology, amazed that, you know, light and electricity. I didn't think any of these things. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what? I wish there was something called electricity. I wish there was this. I received it. I received all the blessings. I received my body. I received the earth. I received nature. I received it. I received the guidance to get in the car and drive a certain way. I received the guidance to come online last year, just about a year ago, and have connected with all of you. So really ask yourself, if you're unhappy or disgruntled or frustrated or stressed or uncertain or doubtful, or all this stuff you're still identifying with that separates you from the universal truth of experience, why do you want to own those things, those ideas? Because thoughts are forces. If you actually could see them all, you would see that they're just like clothes. They're like an energy force, and you're going, yeah, that thought's mine. I'm limited. That one's mine too. I'm not good enough. It's like, why would you want them? Just get rid of them. And it really is that easy. Get rid of them, turn it off, tap in, tune into the vibration that is in alignment with you, the note that you are, that perfect pitch within inside yourself, and allow yourself to sing, to truly sing your highest and best good, your special gift. You are so perfect and unique. That's all it is just be you. And when you're you, you discover you got more time. It's like you got so much more time. You got so much more ability to experience life. Your connections are greater. There's more, as I said, there's more joy because it just bubbles up inside of you. It is greater than happiness. I spent most of my life being, you know, happy in a sense on the outside, and happy, you know, to the most part of all the things and stuff that I experienced. But joy is like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, wow, it's like Christmas morning, every morning, in that sense of, wow, what's going to happen today? So that is anybody have any comment on here? When you are in joy, you are trusting God. Yes, exactly. That is so perfect. That is so awesome, Diana. That's just it. It's when we're trusting. Absolutely. It's having complete faith. And And trusting and having that faith leads you only one step. That's all you ever know, is to take that one step and then the next step, because it's magical and it's unfolding. And even though I look out my door and I think, oh, it looks this way, I know by the time I get to my door, it could be entirely different. Entirely different. James, I'll send you back happy faces. Mine are like this. That's so good. But that's the idea, is it's time to have software upgrade 10.3.20, whatever we are, the 11th software upgrade. That's the idea, is what you knew yesterday isn't necessarily what's true, because we are constantly receiving new communications, in that sense, new to bring us in truth to the vibration. So that doesn't matter what you know, it's what you do. And so I wish for everybody's hearts, in that sense, that idea to open and receive that they really are everything that I am. That statement that I am, what I am is the truth. So I am one. I am one means the whole earth, the whole universe that's in me and present in me. So I see every part, every you in me. So that's why I talk now about the body, as what does your body feel versus one part of your body, because your inner guidance system, your whole vibrational system is guiding you, because God is in you, the universe is in you, the intelligence is in you, it's with you. You're like this vibratory force that is receiving the frequency. So pick the frequency of joy and experience that this oneness, that the sense of even duality, for those that recognize, you become awake from it and you recognize, wow, I'm awake and I'm just participating in this wonderful production called life. And it's amazing, simply amazing that we're on this journey together. So now, faith replaces fear. That's why Diana and I are going to start to do a weekly series. And what we're going to call it again, Diana? We're going to talk about, it was a great title you had yesterday. The sense of the matter is like these conversations inspire, but it's really irrelevant what we're saying, because it's what you're feeling. And so go to joy, go towards joy. Noma Nona likes to send quick quotes of Abraham Hicks all the time. And that's the thing, is like, for me, I did a lot of Abraham Hicks work, and they're great. They're great because that's what it's about, is being in joy. Just come back and being in joy. And it's the being part. It's the being part that is where you find the gift and the truth. And when you can stay in joy, when you're in a space where you are uncertain of what the next step is, and you step into it like Diana has done so often, is the circumstances can look, oh my gosh, what in the world is going on here? And if you can maintain that sense of trust and faith and joy in the experience that looks totally the opposite, that's when you know you have that presence and that you're being that. It's so easy to be in joy when everything is so-called working the way you want it to, or you're working well. It's when it looks and it appears that it's the complete opposite, and you're able to say, that's not what reality is. That's not the reality. So I see a completely different reality than most people do that are on planet Earth. I think everything is in perfect order, and I think it's amazing, and it's funny, and it's joyful what's going on. And I love the transitions. I think it's fabulous what's happening. But yet I know that I'm in the minority because most people are subscribed to a different vibration, and that's okay. So I'm just continuing to send out this love, 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 love. Stepping into God's vision of your life. Had to jump off to. Okay. Oh, yes. Rising to your true expression. That's what we're doing. Rising to your true expression. So I think we'll stop with that one now. We're going to rise to your true expression. I have an interview with Beloved, who's just totally in that wonderful vibration of Journey to Awakening. We're starting at the top of the hour here. And I think it's just beautiful. Whatever comes through that experience, it's just awesome. So that's my intention, is to carry on conversations that get you to realize that your superpower is within and you can totally trust your inner guidance. And if you need help doing that, you can still join in our 10-day experience that we're doing on learning to trust your inner guidance confidently. Because as I said, that's my goal, is 1 billion people being healed from the inside out. That means confidently trusting their inner guidance, loving the journey to their heart's desires, and really living in their best whole new world. And I know that's already happened. It's like the ticket's already been booked. It's already happened. And now it's that time delay. It's like we're on slow motion on the video, but it's already all done. The play has been finished, completed. It's like when people make a movie before the movie gets out there, the movie's been made and it will be released soon, and you may only get to see it at the release part, or you may already know you were in that production. It's already done. So I love you. Have a great day.